Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to our call for tonight. And we are in Zoom. We're normally in GoToWebinar, so we're going to try Zoom for the rest of this calendar year. And hope that you can hear me well. And I think it looks like I am live, so we're going to go ahead. So typically, I do a Q&A on Saturday. I do have to kind of get through some things, and so I may not have a lot of time for questions. I'll go through it as fast as I can. And then if I have time, I'll take a few questions here at the end. My goal is always to get you out of here in 30 minutes. I might go a little longer tonight, but this is really to kind of cover um, the new product that we have released. And I think I can see your questions here. I've got it on Restream. I should be able to see your questions if they are on YouTube or if they are on Facebook. And so let's go ahead and dive in. I do want to talk briefly about what PLR video is. I know most of you already know that, but I do feel like it's always necessary to kind of go through this. Um, I think it's the easiest way to start building an online business. And those words I use very carefully. It's not going to build your online business. It's not going to be an online business. It's an easy way to start building one. And so basically what PLR is, private label rights videos, private label rights content, this expert content. That's what you should be purchasing. You should be purchasing expert content that teaches on something in your market or niche that educates and engages your customers. So I'm not talking necessarily about whether or not you buy something that someone's used AI to create. What's important is that it teaches somebody in your marketplace, in your market, in your niche, something that it educates them and engages them. Typically, it's going to be videos. That's what we produce. We produce videos that you can use in order to educate and engage your customers. It can be written content. It can be audio content. And so it's basically content, it's expert content that you're using, and you're using and borrowing the expertise of someone else and buying a license to it so that you can educate and to engage your customers. So you typically get licensing rights to resell. Now, what you'll notice is that, um, and I tell people this all the time, you've got to check with the creator. So don't get caught up into, well, it says it's PLR or it says it's master resale. You've got to read the right certificate. You've got to check with the creator if you have any questions. So don't pay any. I'm basically everybody uses these terms in different ways. We probably shouldn't, those of us who create PLR, but we do. And so sometimes a person will say and use the generic term PLR, like they use the term Coke, right, to mean cola. It doesn't necessarily always mean that. And so you've got to read the right certificate that you get, or you read the sales page to determine what it is that you can do with it. And if you have any questions, you contact the creator before you purchase the content. What I like to tell people also about PLR is that it is not MLM. And you could get that impression. And sometimes when you buy, let's say, what's called unrestricted rights PLR, basically you're giving people the right to resell, and you're kind of putting somebody else in the business. And so you're buying it in an effort to get other people to buy. I don't sell that kind of content normally, and but people do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not MLM, so it's not designed for you to recruit people, right? So that's not the vibe with that it's for. That's not really what you're trying to do. So let's see. It looks like I've got an echo here. I'm gonna pick up. Let's see. I've got an echo someplace. It may be. See, where's my echo coming from? Okay, okay. Stop the echo. Sorry about that. So, uh, okay. So it's not MLM, and so what you were trying to do, it is basically, it can be a product in and of itself. So when you buy something that's private label rights, it can be its own product, right? And so if you have a case where you can't monetize your expertise or you can't monetize an event, you can borrow someone else's expertise that teaches something to engage the people that are actually coming to listen to you so that you can monetize. And basically, it is a way, again, I go back to the very first statement that I made. It's an easy way to start building an online business. And you don't have to run an online business. You don't have to be in business online. But let's just say that you are a speaker or you are an author and you're doing a book signing. Kind of difficult to monetize that outside of your actual book signing. People pay you $20. They pay for the book. You've paid for that book. But then how do you monetize that event after the case? Well, one of the ways that you could do that very easily is that you can give people access to more of you where you're teaching them something. And basically, you're using the PLR or the private label rights content to create something that will help to educate and engage, let's say, the people that are buying your book on a subject that's related to your book. Okay, that's an example of what PLR does. It can also be a way to beef up a product offering. So, in other words, let's say that you already work online and you already have products that you sell, or you're trying to sell products. What I like to do is sometimes you can actually beef up your offering. So, you are basically taking the private label rights content and you are making your offer bigger. You are making it better. You are giving people more expertise. You are giving people more to read, more to look at. Now, what you don't want to do is just pile a bunch of stuff inside of something. That's not really the best way or the highest and best use. You're not necessarily giving yourself, a level of value because you have value. So sometimes I think people look at it as, well, I'll just pile a bunch of stuff inside of a product and I'll put 10,000 private label rights product in there. What you have done is you've reduced your value, right? So you want people to value you. So what you're doing is you're using PLR as leverage to raise your value, because ultimately, anything that you're doing online, people are buying from you. And so you want people to buy from you with confidence. And what you're doing with private label rights is you're beefing up an offer that you have, and you're raising the level of it. And again, you're raising your value, not necessarily the value of the product. It's not about the product. Um, And so it's kind of like what big companies do is they'll outsource to training companies, and they will bring a company in and they'll bring that company in to teach their employees, right? That's basically what you're doing. Now, you don't necessarily have employees. What you're doing is you're basically contracting an expert to come in and teach your customers. So you don't have to always, let's say, revoice and redo video and redo audio. It's the same concept. You're bringing in somebody who knows something in order to teach your customers. It's like doing it in a smaller scale, and you're basically scaling it down for a solo business owner. So let's talk about AI Product Masterclass. That's the PLR video course that I released today, if you picked it up. And AI Product Creation Masterclass is really a course that teaches people the basics of product creation, and so it includes a course that I did in 2021 on some fundamentals of product creation. And basically, what I've done here in 2023 is I've added on top of that. So that's why you're getting both courses. So, in other words, you're saying, well, why did I get two courses if you're trying to teach me AI product creation? The reason I've included that one is because that first course that I taught in 2021, that's included as a bonus, I'm basically giving you the opportunity to learn fundamentals and to teach your customers fundamentals. And so, on top of those fundamentals, these other 20 videos that I put on top of there, that's the AI part. That's what's changed about product creation. And I'm basically teaching foundational principles of understanding what AI does without teaching the people that they're going to start using AI, they're going to get rich tomorrow, right? So I don't do that. So I don't give you courses that do that. I don't think you should be teaching people that. You want to be measured in what you're teaching. And basically, our course will help you to be able to do that and maintain your reputation. Let's talk about marketing angles. And I do kind of want to just kind of give you what's in the course. There's a video on storage, video on course platform, payment gateway, affiliate networks, marketplaces, which is places where you can sell your PLR without your products without necessarily having to have a presence, autoresponders, Zapier integrations, all this kind of foundational WordPress and directory, so you understand where to put the course. And then I kind of get into the AI part, and I kind of start teaching about Camtasia. So in other words, Camtasia has an AI portion. It's called Audiate. And if your customer is a Camtasia user, and a lot of people are, there's an AI portion in Camtasia. Now, what I don't necessarily like is that it's extra. It's an extra subscription, but it's pretty effective at what it does. And I teach your customer how to do that. One of the things you can always do in this case is you definitely want to make sure that you're part of the TechSmith affiliate program. If you're going to have this course, you're going to be showing it to your customers. Using ChatGPT, image creation, that's going into Midjourney and some of the other image creators. Audio script, how to create an audio script. So basically how to take take a document and turn it into an audio script. 11 Labs. And let me kind of go back to image creation. I didn't go in depth into Midjourney. I really kind of went into the basics of AI image creation. And I did that on purpose. I'll explain that to you here in a minute. Audio script, 11 Labs. And so those of you who've been doing AI video and AI audio, you probably run into 11 Labs. As of right now, I know that there are a lot of players in the market. There are players coming in. I think Speechify is in there. There's something called, I think it's something that starts with an H. I can't remember exactly what it is. There are a lot of players that are coming in. Probably the best and most effective voice of this moment is still 11 Labs, right? That you can get. Now, there's some very good voices that are out there, but 11 Labs has still been the best one. Now, and I explained this one thing in the video that if if you start watching YouTube videos, most people use the same voice, and there's a reason for that. And the voice that's called Antony in 11 Labs, it's the most accurate. So that's why people use that one, and that's why it's the one that you hear across everything. Some people will vary it and they'll use something different, but Antony in 11 Labs is the most accurate, right? It gets the most words right the most times without you having to go back. And so I talk about text to video. I go through Pictory. It's a paid platform. Final production of the video in Pictory. I go over YouTube summaries. That's a very important part of this right now. As of right now, Bard does not do it. So it doesn't summarize yet. It's going to, but it does give you access. And what Bard does is when you enable the plugin, it helps you to find videos on a certain subject. So I was listening to Russell Brunson inside of for whatever reason, he and Dan Kennedy are together now. And so he was talking about one of the things you can do for people in your products is you can curate things. So let's say that, a person wants to know how to, I don't know, prepare for a prepper kind of thing, right? Let's say that you go and you find all the top videos on a specific subject, right? That's a service, that's a value, right? And so you can, and Bard can actually help you to do that. It can actually help you to curate content. And I show you how to do that, show your customer how to do that in that video. Chat PDF, I love Chat PDF, right? And so it's a way of being able to extract information from a PDF. And if you have really super scientific information, let's say you go to Google Scholar, you get some information, let's say you go to some of these research databases, and you don't necessarily know, and you're not necessarily well versed in the science of it. Now as part of our doctoral program, I've actually got to read these articles, but if I were not necessarily having to read these articles, I would probably summarize quite a few of them. And you can do that, and you can bring a higher quality of information to what people do in Chat GPT, because I think people are now using Chat GPT. They kind of think, oh, well, I can use, they're just giving me sources now. But all that information is still kind of what I will say is kind of basic. It's not necessarily of a high caliber. One of the ways you can raise the level of your knowledge, your information, is to bring in the most recent scientific research. And you can get that scientific research from Google Scholar, but then you've got to understand how to read the reports. And so I show you how to use these Chat PDF platforms so that you can extract information, you can credit the author of that information, and then you can raise the level of your content. And so these days, right now, everybody thinks that they're going to catch up with you in whatever your niche is, right? And so you're going to have people that are going to come behind you. They're going to use a chat bot, and they're going to kind of deliver on some information, and it's going to look almost like they're an expert like you are in your market or niche. So you're going to have to raise the level of what you produce, whatever your market niche is. If your level of expertise, let's say, is in Facebook marketing, you need to have some practical things, but you should also be bringing in research. If you went to Google Scholar today and you just typed in Facebook marketing, what you'll find is that there's a lot of scientific information and studies that have been done that your customer would find interesting if you bring that to your your products and bring that to your content. I talk about Microsoft Designer. It's an alternative to Canva. And then you all have heard me talk about this. I talked about the Amazon disclosure, right? That's kind of an important thing. You need to tell your customers about that. And the reason I'm telling you need to tell your customers about that is because Amazon's typically going to be the first in this. They just put $4 billion into Claude. And so don't think that they won't be able to tell you're using AI. I mean, I've seen people say, how are they going to know? They're not going to know I use AI. They're going to know. They may not know today, but they will eventually know that you're using AI. Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just telling you that they're the first big platform that's saying, hey, we want to put some limits on how you use it on our platform. So if your customer is using a platform in order to do their business, you have to anticipate for them that what's going to happen is that platform could come back and say, okay, you know what? Game's over. We don't like this low quality content. We want to change things. So please do not listen to anybody telling you that it's never going to change. It's all going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome forever. We're just going to make all this AI content. We're going to just flood the market with it. Please do not listen to people who tell you that. Amazon just sent the first shot off the bow. And so your customers need to know that. And if you are going to be a responsible coach, if you're going to be a responsible trainer, if you're going to be a responsible teacher, you need to teach your customers at least that they said this. Now, what they decide to do with it is what they decide to do with it, right? That's not what you and I to be concerned about. But we do need to tell the people that this is happening, right? So I go, didn't take long, but I felt like it was important to include that in this AI content product creation course. Okay. Talk about strategies. Of course, you can use it as its own course, right? So it stands alone as its own course. You can take some of the videos from the other course, but you can basically sell this as its own course. You can use the HTML pages. If you have, I know a lot of you all have, and I was surprised by this. A number of you all have the System.io platform. And so you can sell this course on that platform. Just upload the videos to that platform. What I will say is that if you get the upgrade, right? So if you get the upgrade of our Product Creation Masterclass, you'll notice that I've already uploaded those videos for you. And so basically all you got to do is hit the share code, and then all those videos are going to be transferred into your System.io account. So that's one thing you don't have to do. That's one thing you don't have to do to make it ready for sale, right? Coming up, we'll be doing more with the sales pages, but right now, you can get those videos imported directly into your account. If you have a Go High Level agency, you can do the same thing. If you are an Ultimate Insider, I will be creating a share code for you to import those videos into your account. Now, when you see this on the screen, all Ultimate Insiders, they get access to a Go High Level sub account to sell their courses, right? So if you want to sign up to be an Ultimate Insider, you can do that at theplrshow.com/insiders. Basically, it's a way for people to be able to make sure that they're building a membership site, because that's my desire for all Ultimate Insiders, that they would have the opportunity and they would have the ability to create a membership for recurring income. You can also sell it as part of another course, right? That's a good way to sell it. You can use 2 courses. So like I said, I'm including as a bonus in this course the 2021 course called Product Creation Playbook. Now, just because it's called Product Creation Playbook, that does not mean you have 2 courses. You have to sell one as the other one and one as the other. You don't have to do that. You can mix up the videos, right? Watch both courses and figure out, which ones you want to put with what, and just sell one course, right? So you've got 20 videos in the 2021 course, 20 videos in the course I just did. You can sell a course that has 17 videos and maybe 8 from one course and 9 from the other ones. Nothing says that you have to use it exactly the way it is, right? You have the right to resell but you have the right to put it together in a way that's going to make sense to your customer. And so I suggest all the time, you always take multiple videos from multiple courses. The way that we teach these video courses, if you notice, is I make it so that you and I've really cut down the time. So I've cut down the amount of time in video. I've cut out all the slack. So I don't visit in video. So I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? I'm not doing all that. And the reason for that is I want you to be able to take different videos to combine them inside of different courses. Right. And so that's really the logic behind that. That's why we've cut down the time and we cut out all the fluff. You don't watch me typing. You don't watch me typing in www. And so I take all that stuff out the course because quite frankly, when I have to watch people do that on YouTube, it drives me nuts. So I don't do it in our videos. Now, here's what you need to do, right? You need to do exactly what I'm doing right now. You need to make a training offer. What do I mean by that? Training offer is very easy to do. In fact, it's the easiest way to make a sale because what you're going to do is announce and promote a training session. And you could just use the upgrade, right? So if you got the upgrade, you can use a DFY Live Masterclass and just let it talk, right? And what you're going to do is just put an offer right under there for the front end course or the back end course, or whatever you want to do, right? You're making a training offer. You're training people. You're giving them some value. And what you're asking them in return is you're going to ask them for something back. And so a question that I get asked a lot is, well, it's your voice, right? No, your name's not in it. No, nobody knows who you are. You don't necessarily, and that's fine, but it's still you. How does that benefit me? Well, the way that you work around that, and actually I don't like the word workaround because it's not a workaround. Remember I said at the beginning that basically what you're doing is just like a big company. You bring in somebody to train your people. That's what you're doing, right? You're saying, hey, you know what? Hey, this is our trainer. And so part of the whole thing is saying it with a straight face, right? Not flinching, not being nervous. It's, hey, this is our trainer. We bring our trainer in. Our trainer is going to teach you on product creation. Boom. That's it. Right. So you get the DFY Live Masterclass. You let it train. And you can do that with any of our courses. All of our courses, I think with the exception of Canva, and maybe Chat GPT. I did not do a DFY Live Masterclass. Actually, with Chat GPT, the DFY Live Masterclass is in the upgrade. But for the most part, all of my classes have this live component. And that live component is because I know that people don't like to be in front of, don't like talking to a computer screen. And for a long time, I used to do this. I used to think, well, hey, just do a training and then ask people for some money after the training. And I thought, and people would say, well, I don't like talking to people live in front of, and I thought, well, why not? Right? I like doing it, but I understand I've been talking to a computer screen since 2004. It's a long story. So literally, I've been talking to you through a computer screen as if you're actually here. I don't even see the computer screen. I see you. But that's taken 10 years to do. And not everybody likes to do that. Not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody can do that. And so the DFY Live Masterclass is basically me training, me teaching, right? So yes, it's my voice. And you get around that by saying, hey, we contract with this trainer in order to teach you this concept. And typically the concept is related to the front end offer. So you don't have to use it as a back end offer. You could use it as a front end training, send people to the training. You put the link to the product there, right? So they can buy the product where they're going to learn about these things, and you upsell them into your membership, right? That's the simplest way to do this offer. So I always say, make a training offer. You do exactly what I'm doing right now, right? You teach people something that's really going to help them. Right. When I sat down, I wrote this training and this PowerPoint. I tried to think about what's really going to help you. Right? What's really going to help you understand PLR? What's really going to help you? That's what you got to do. Right. And so when we give you the DFY Live Masterclass, I'm giving you basically a training for you to do. You could either let my voice be the one that plays, or you could read it over yourself. Now, if you're an extemporaneous live speaker, and I know that a lot of you all are, then just do it over, right? You can listen to mine. What you want to do then is you want to give it your own voice, give it your own spin, and then make make it at the offer or throughout the session. Let me say this parenthetically, and I don't know this perfectly, but friends of mine, I go to a weird church, right? And so a lot of my people that I went to church with for a long time, they were these big multi-level marketing guys. Like they were really successful multi-level marketing guys. And so one of the things they taught me was that when you're on a webinar, you want to do something called um, price marination, price drop. So basically, at some point during your live session, if you really want to sell something, you make sure that you mention a price and that you mention a number, and you keep mentioning high numbers. And then at some point near the end, actually, when you reveal the price, you want to make sure that that price is going to be a lot lower than the numbers that you have been saying. It doesn't even have to be associated with the offer. It's called price marination. You're trying to get the price marinating in their mind, and then price drop. Now, I'm not doing that with you. So you know, I'm not doing that with you today. But that is a way that you can do training and you can actually make an offer without being a salesperson. I say use our credentials, right? Use Laurel and I's credentials. Now, don't go saying it's me. Don't go saying, hey, it's Charles Harper and he's got all that. That's not what I'm saying. You say, right? You use our credentials. So in other words, you say, hey, our trainer, they're formally trained in instructional technology, which I am. They're both MBAs, which Laurel and I are. We're both doctoral students in business, which we are. And so you can say that if it matters. Now, it may not matter to your customer base, but it might. So when you can use it, right? Use our credentials and you talk about, hey, we bring these trainers in. They're formally trained in instructional technology. They did postgraduate work in that area, and they've been doing this since 2009, right? Whatever you need to do to make the sale, right? So a training offer is a way for you to be personable, just like you and I are just having a conversation right now, right? Training is an opportunity for you to be an authority right now. Here's what training does, and I believe this before AI, I believe this firmly now. You're going to have to differentiate yourself from people who can create content in volume, right? That's what AI does. So how do you differentiate yourself? How do you make it so that you are the go-to person? How do you make it so that you are the USP of your business? If everybody can produce expert content, well, you teach live, right? Because if you get on camera, even if you stumble through it, even if all you do is, and here's one of the ways you work around, let's say you're not a great speaker, right? You're not a great speaker. You do a Q&A and you just answer questions, right? Somebody asks you a question, you answer it live. And you don't have to be a great speaker. You don't have to be super confident. Do a Q&A, take questions, and you say, well, I don't have enough people right now asking me questions. Well, what you do is you get people to write their questions, and then you cover those questions. So if nobody comes to your session, let's say nobody comes to your training session live, but you got their questions, you can answer them on questions. Say, hey, I got this question from Susie. I'm going to go ahead and answer this. Now, let's say that you don't know enough people right now to even ask you questions. And it happens, right? You got to start from someplace. What questions should they answer? Asking. The guy that did this thing, his name is Mike Koenig, and it's called the Internet Infomercial Toolkit. He used to have this, for those of y'all who go back at, he used to have this something called Traffic Geyser, right? And so Mike Koenig said that you should know the 10 questions that your customers should be asking. So what should they be asking? So if you can't get them to ask the question, you can't answer real questions. What questions they should be asking. So cover that on your Q&A. And basically, you write them on a slide, and for your training session, right? If you don't want to use my DFY Live Masterclass, which you should be, but that's okay. If you don't want to use it, then you answer questions, and you answer the questions that people should be asking. Okay. Here's what you want to do. You want to watch all the video. Whenever you get a PLR video course, watch it in its entirety. And then you do what I call hide the Easter eggs, right? Hiding Easter eggs. And so you make it your goal to add something on the watch page, right? So if you got the Go High Level system, or you got the system.io page, wherever they're going to be watching that course, wherever they're going to be watching that course video, you want to make sure you make it your goal on that page to help them. So they're going to be watching a video, but your goal is to help them. Each watch page where they are watching the video, it should have an offer of yours, right? So let's say that you've got multiple PLR courses of ours. How do you promote those courses? You put them on the watch page, right? So every time your customer goes to a watch page, you make an offer to them, right? Because you're trying to help them. You can't help them unless they buy something good from you that will help them to get to their goals. So put an offer on every page. You should have some kind of coaching, right? Now I'm one to talk. I mean, I've shut down our coaching offer for the most part, but you should have something that's going to be priced a little more so people can get more of your help, right? Now, really, Ultimate Insiders is a way for you to get more of our help, right? That is my coaching. I don't really do a lot of one-on-one coaching, and people don't really ask for it. And that is really my coaching offer. You should have a coaching offer where people can get more of your attention, more of your time. I've been asked, well, why are you so hurt or so short when somebody writes you in support? That's because my time is really reserved for Ultimate Insiders. So if it's not an Ultimate Insider, I will give people the basic information that they need to move on. And I am nice. I am going to be polite to you. But if you want me to help you, right, you do need to be an Ultimate Insider, and you need to have that same deal with your customers. So make sure you have an offer of the product. So you got multiple PLR products, put one offer on that page. Have a coaching upsell, right? It can be your monthly offer that's part of your learning center. It can just be coaching, but it needs to be something where people can get more of you. And then your membership, right? So those can be one and the same. Now, if you don't have any offers, right, and there's no way you don't. So if you've got any 2 or 3 of our video courses, you have offers. So before you start looking for an affiliate offer to send people to, put your own offers on the watch page. Find the relevant places on the watch page and put your video courses that you have for sale. If you're going to have an affiliate offer, they should be non-competitive. Please do not just go to Muncheye and find other people that are competing with you and then put them on your watch page. If you go through all this trouble to get a customer, they buy from you, they're watching your videos, and then think about how jarring this is, right? And people don't necessarily always think about this, but it's jarring. I bought something from you. I'm watching a video on your page. You're going to give me a link to another person that's teaching something similar to you. That makes no sense. Don't do that. Right? I know people do that. I know people do that, and they do it to make money. It will make money. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a lead you work real hard to get. You're going to send that lead someplace else. That person they're going to get to that person's other page. And typically you send somebody to an affiliate offer, they're not even going to be concerned whether or not that person buys from that. They're going to bring a pop-up on that page, and they're going to capture the lead. So now guess what you've done? Think about this. You're now sending that person email. You're talking to them about, how you're going to help them, but you've now put that on somebody else's list, and they're teaching something entirely different. Please be careful about doing that. You don't have to do that. Always exhaust all of your offers when you put things on the watch page. It should be recurring when you can, right? Try to find recurring offers, right? Recurring. Aweber is recurring. Active Campaign is recurring. System.io is recurring. These are just examples. Give people recurring things that are related to what they're watching to buy. Things you personally recommend and use. So in other words, you might have noticed, I have a recommended section. I only have one person that I have really, and we won't get into that, the recommended section. And then make sure to watch the entire course, right? So make sure to watch the entire course. Okay, let's talk about Easter eggs, right? In this course, I talk about ChatGPT. Now that means then that what can you put on your watch page? You can put our Chat GPT videos as your own product on that page. You should, right? So if you don't have our Chat GPT videos, you don't have a product, when I talk about Chat GPT in the course, you should be using our Chat GPT videos. plrshow.com/AIPB. Prompt engineering. They need to know how to do prompts. If you don't have anything that teaches them that, you should have our prompt engineering videos, right? You can get those at plrshow.com PAPB. And basically, you put this on the watch page where I'm talking about prompting, right? You should have these are going to be your products. All the profit comes to you when they buy it, right? You don't share that with anybody. It's not an affiliate offer. AI video playbook, same thing, right? I talk about AI video. So when your customer comes to the watch page, what should you have there? You should have a product they can buy. Whose product? Your product. Yes, it's my voice, but nobody knows that. It should be your product. AI design, right? I talk about Microsoft. I talk about Canva. I talk about Microsoft Designer. You should have AI design tools on the watch page. If you don't have that course, grab that course here, the plrshow.com/AIPBD. I just talked about system.io, and I talk about that in this course. That's a big Easter egg. Not only should you have our course in there, but you should also get system.io and sell it as an affiliate, right? So if your customer's trying to figure out where they're going to get our videos to teach them how to use it, and then also get an affiliate link so they can click on that link and you get a recurring commission by them having subscribed to system.io, right? Again, these are all things that don't take a lot of they don't take big strategy. They don't take big ideas. You don't have to be a marketing genius to do this. This is something that you should be doing. And it's one of those little things that I just find that, and I have to confess, when you're sort of climbing, you start doing all these little things. When you start to get a little bit, start make some sales and things are kind of happening, you start not doing these things. You got to keep doing these things because all these little things add up and they're cumulative. What happens is, you start to see, oh, well, a couple of sales came in on prompt engineering. Now I know the only place I have that offer is on my watch page. And then, as people start coming and they're watching your course, they could be watching your course for free, but they're clicking on these links, they're going to these pages, and all of a sudden these sales are happening, and you're starting to wonder, well, how did these things happen? That's because you are faithful in the little things. You and I, and if I ever write a book, if I ever finish it, it's going to be called Faithful in the Little Things. You have to be faithful in the little things. If you can be faithful in these little things, what happens is they start to add up. People start clicking on stuff, they start buying stuff, and you just think, well, where'd that come from? Well, they came from you doing these little things over and over and over again. Mid-journey, right? Now, I didn't get deep into Mid-journey, but you should have that on your watch page. The Warrior Plus bundle, right? A lot of you have all these courses, right? And a lot of them are evergreen. These are courses that should be on the watch page of AI product creation, AI product creation masterclass, right? They should be on the watch page. You should have them as a link on there. And so if you don't have these, get them so that you can put them on the watch page. And what happens is you set the price, right? You set the price at what you think it's going to be worth. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you, right? I'm going to do this just for this weekend. Let's say that you don't have any of these. You don't have any of these. If you get any of these courses and the upsell, so anybody that gets one of these courses and the upsell, what I want you to do is I want you to email me in support. And I want you to tell me you got these courses this weekend. So from now to Monday, right? If you're watching this replay, get any of these courses and the upsell, I will add something to your account, right? So I know it may not be a lot of you all, But if you go and get any of these courses and the upsell, right, I want to encourage you, right? I want to encourage you to put more of these things on your watch page to do what I'm doing you this training. And so what I'm going to do is I want you to write me at my support, right? I answer all the support, right? Laura answers some, I answer the other. My point is we answer support. So we don't have some team. So you're not going to get, Charles in some foreign country or Charles in Texas, right? You get Charles in Harrisburg, Charles and Laura in Harrisburg, right? It's not going to be Charles in New England, wherever they are, right? It's going to get us. And so you just write us and you let us know that you picked up one of these courses and the upsell, and then I will add another course and the upsell to your account. Okay. That's this weekend only. So after Monday, don't start sending me emails saying, oh, I did it. I didn't see the video. I didn't see it until then. Can you please, if you didn't see it, right? If you're watching it, then you can do it. I mean, but if you don't see it till late, what I want to tell you is make sure you're on our weekend Q&A and you're watching it during the weekend, right? Because that's why it's a weekend Q&A. I want you to watch it during the weekend. Typically, it's going to be centered around our launch. So that's my offer to you this weekend, because I want you to put these courses on your watch page so that you can make more profit every time somebody watches one of the videos. Now I do want to talk a little bit about, now you might have seen our new marketer workshop content. That's the green video. So basically, it's a series for paid memberships, right? Basically, my goal for that series of videos, you see volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4. My goal is to get you up to 365 videos so you can have one for every day, right? So I want you to understand what I'm trying to do with that. I'm trying to give you 365 tutorial videos so you can have a daily membership, basically. So you can teach somebody one new concept every day. So by the time when I finish this, right, if you have all the volumes, right, if you have all the volumes, you will have 365 tutorials. So that's the idea, right? Naturally, yes, I want you to sell it. So I will say this. That's why that as of right now, every time I produce a new marketer workshop title, I give these to Ultimate Insiders. Pretty soon, what's going to happen is I'm going to make this a higher tier. You're going to have to pay more to get it. I'm in a holding pattern right now because Teachable has not given me that tiered membership system. But eventually, in order to get this extra title every month, you're gonna have to make a higher monthly payment, just so you'll know. Right now, I give that as an extra title to Ultimate Insiders. There's also the 52-week live sessions. It's live training content, right? That's kind of it complements the 365 tutorials. I want to tell you what that's for. Basically, each week, right? I did this live. I've now stripped out all of the content that would be personal so that you can use it week to week. It teaches a new branding concept every week. So remember I said that I think, some people, they don't necessarily want to teach live. Well, you can actually use this for 1 week for a year. Right? You could do this 52 weeks. There are 52 sessions. You can have an entire year of session, right? So it cycles through the 12 principles. And so if you want to do a weekly training, but you're trying to think about, well, what would I talk about? Right? I don't even know what would I talk about? And so you could basically download my session, right? That's what I suggest you do. Download, let's say week 1 or week 3, watch it or listen to it, right? If you want to implement it. That's the most important thing. So here's how you make the new marketer workshop really work. You take that 52-week of sessions, you implement it, right? That's what it was really for. That's what I intended it to be for. I wanted people to implement it. And someplace along the way, I morphed it into PLR, and I lost my vision for this, right? And it turned into more of a PLR thing than it was a training. And that's really what I intended. So once you implement it, you can then teach it, right? But that's what I'm going to be doing now. So starting this fall, I'm going to implement That along with a few other things. So the goal in doing this with Ultimate Insiders, implementing New Marketer Workshop, is so that you can have a deep-rooted recurring income. So that's one that it's not going to get knocked off by somebody coming in behind you. It's not going to get knocked off because some social media company decides they don't like you, or YouTube channel. It's not going to get knocked off by that. That's the goal with doing this, is to build a deep-rooted brand, a deep-rooted online brand that's specific to you. And so that's really what we're trying to do. I'm calling the Extreme Business Makeover, and I'm not trying to improve your business, right? I'm not here to improve it. We're here to do a full makeover. So that's what the goal of this is to give you a full makeover so that it is deeply rooted, so that you have a recurring income that does not depend on any platform or anything like that. That it's designed for you to hold yourself accountable to build the business you want. So we're going to implement New Marketer Workshop. We're going to implement PLR boss. So basically, I'm going to show you. Let me tell you, I know a lot of our Ultimate Insiders don't necessarily want to be bothered launching on Warrior Plus and launching to the business opportunity space. Let me just kind of tell you this. One of the reasons why this year I am providing launch support to Ultimate Insiders is because you have to go through the launch process. Once you go through the launch process, you might say, well, I don't want to have those customers. That's neither here nor there. Once you go through the launch process, that is a transferable skill. You can take that skill. Once you go through trying to recruit affiliates, setting up a JV page, doing the launch, getting affiliates on board, following up with your customers, doing support for a launch. Once you do that, it is a transferable skill. You can teach it to other people. Most people don't know how to do it. You can implement it with somebody else. Most people don't know how to do it themselves. You can carry it into another niche. Once you know how to do that in the make money online space, you can take that into the personal development niche and do the exact same thing and recontextualize it. So that is why I'm taking Ultimate Insiders through this process also. It's not because I want everybody to become jumping into the PLR market or the make money online space, or I'm trying to make people into this. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want everybody to be able to do this. You do it once. Once you do it, it is a transferable skill, and you need to have this transferable skill if you are going to exist online. This is the one skill, right, that I find. It's the thing that separates. It's the thing that it's a threshold. It's a line you cross. Once you cross that line, everything in internet marketing is going to be easy. How many of you all are saying to yourself, man, this is really hard. I don't know how people are doing this. I don't know how to get traffic. I'm putting up these offers. I'm buying all this PLR. I don't even know what I'm doing. Nothing's happening. Why am I buying all this stuff? I just have bright shiny object syndrome and all this other stuff. That's because you may not have crossed that line yet. Once you cross that line, it changes. I can tell you from experience. Soon as you go through and you learn how, and again, you don't have to do this forever. You don't have to be a PLR marketer. You don't have to be a make money online space offer. You don't have to be on Warrior Plus. You just need to go through the process of doing a launch. Once you go through the process, everything will change for you. And so that's why I'm taking Ultimate Insiders through that process. Video Academy boss, that's building out your video learning center, right? We're going to complete that process. And then we're going to turn the learning. This is the last portion. Now I'm working with Ultimate Insiders is to turn the learning center into a high ticket product, right? And then a private community. Laurel's research is on communities of practice, right? I'm doing a little bit of research on that, but on online communities. And so what we want people to be able to do is to have a high ticket product and then a community, right? So how do you do that? Well, that's what we're going to be covering. And so finally, then the last portion is for you to do exactly what I'm doing, right? Is to have your own kind of sort of agency. You got your own Go High Level account or your own System.io account, and you're giving people their own accounts, and you are basically doing what I'm doing. That's my goal with Ultimate Insiders. And so I don't know how long it's going to take. So please don't, I'm not saying, oh, but we're going to get this done in 2 weeks. That's not going to happen. Right. So, I'm saying, and so I've got to teach a lot of stuff in order to make this happen. We got to put a lot of things in place to make it happen, but that's what we're trying to do. And so that's why we're doing what we're doing. That's why we're doing it. Right. So if you probably thinking, why is this guy write me twice a day? Why is this guy, why is he write emails the same way? Why is he telling me how much money I'm going to make tomorrow? Why does he tell me all that stuff in his email? Right. That's because I know and understand what it is you're going to have to do to build a deep rooted recurring income. That's the goal. Right. So I know a lot of people, they say, well, I need to get rich quick tomorrow. I probably can't help you. Even if I wanted to help you, I could probably come up with some strategies that you could do something tomorrow to make some money. But I can't tell you, I don't know how to get rich tomorrow. Right. So I don't even know how to tell you that. And even if I did know how to tell you that, I wouldn't teach that. Right. Definitely not online. But what I can teach you is how to be of value to people, how to give value and to get a little bit back. Give value, get a little bit back. That's what we've done ever since we've been online. That's what we've done. I know how to teach you how to do that. And you can use PLR to do that. And that's what we're basically teaching our ultimate insiders to know how to do. Now, a lot of people already know how to do this, right? They got their own market, they got their own niche. And so they're just using our PLR for their own purposes. I get that, right? But for the most part, this is what we exist for. Are we going to stumble? Are we going to be slow in some areas? Are we gonna hit some snags? Yes, of course. We all are. But that's my goal, right? So I've got a vision for what we're trying to do with people, what we're trying to do for people. So yes, we sell PLR, and I want you to buy it. I want you to buy a lot of it, right? I mean, yes, I want you to buy our PLR. So I'm not in this. I'm not a charity, right? So yeah, I want you to buy lots of it, but there's more to it. And that's really the point to my telling you this. There's more to it um than just what we may be doing. So any questions? And again, I don't have time for a lot of questions. What I'm going to do while I go through these questions, I'm going to put this back up here. And what I'm going to say is that, let me put this back up here. You get any of these AI courses and the upsell this weekend, I'm going to add something else to your account. Right. So, but that's only this weekend only. So don't send me an email after Monday about this, after Sunday. It has to be between now and Sunday, right? Not Monday. So whenever Monday is where you are, right? If it turns to Monday and I look at my emails Monday, I'm not going to honor this. I will honor this from today until Sunday. Okay. Any questions? Let me see. And I've only got a time for a few. I think it's 7:54, and I've gone way too long, right? And so I don't have a lot of time for questions. I just want to say that to you. I'd love to be here with you a long time, but I don't have time for a lot of questions. So with that, let me kind of take a look at here. Let's see. So Jim's question is, how do I define a watch page? Let's see. I've created other core. Let's see. Let me take one question first. Okay. So Jim, the one course I did on how to use PLR was called the PLR Playbook. I'm redoing that course in November. Not redoing it. I'm adding to it. So I'm going to do a how to use PLR course in November. Right now, I have PLR Setup Masterclass, PLR Purpose Masterclass, but I am doing the PLR Playbook in November, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be the 2.0 course. It's going to encompass AI, right? So that's what's coming up. When I say a watch page, Jim, what I mean is the place where your customer goes to watch the video. So let's say you upload your videos to a platform. I think you use Optimized Press. they're going to be watching those videos on a specific page. And when they watch those videos on that page, personally, I think you should have one video on one page. Why? And that's because so that you can have your offers under there, right? So when somebody watches video one, they should watch video one on the video one page. And then video one has your offers under there, right? That's the watch page. Do insiders have all the courses that you're running? Yes. I should have said that. Ultimate Insiders, you're ultimately going to have a better deal than that. So if you're an Ultimate Insider, this probably doesn't really apply to you. So just so you'll know, what I'm talking about, what you see on screen, the best deal is still going to be your insider discount. So if you're an Ultimate Insider, that doesn't apply. Just so you'll know. Okay, Santu is asking, do you need to purchase PLR Boss? No, do not. I will be going over that in the training. So for Ultimate Insiders, I'm going to go through because I didn't really teach everything I wanted to teach in that training. So I'm going to be teaching you that. So no, you do not buy it. And so Gail says, you say without being dependent on platforms, affiliate, or outside influences. Yeah, so the affiliate model is a very efficient way of being able to get traffic, right? And I use it myself. I do not want to depend on affiliates. And so I don't want you to have to depend on affiliates. And so what it's going to take, it's going to take some work for positioning, and it's going to take some work to build a source of traffic that's coming to you because of you and not because of the affiliates. And it's doable. So that's what we're working on. Yes. I'm not saying that you give up on affiliates. You should. Depending on affiliates, I don't want to depend on affiliates, and I don't want you to have to depend on them because let's face it, affiliates, they've got their own thing going on, and sometimes the affiliate will say, "Well, hey, I'm going to promote for you," and then something happens. The dog, the dog eats all, and I've seen this, right? This is like a real thing. The dog ate the couch. And so you're like, oh man, I'm sorry, man. My dog ate my couch today. And I'm sorry, I meant to promote for you, but I didn't get a chance to. It happens, right? And I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying affiliates have all kinds of things going on. They mean well. Affiliates say they'll promote for you. Sometimes they'll do a half-hearted job. You don't want to depend on that, right? So your online business, you want your traffic and the buyers to be buying because of you. And so that's really the goal and what we're trying to do. So Jim, when I use the term Easter egg, what I mean is it's like hiding. It's kind of like putting something inside of there that relates to another subject. So in other words, on your watch page, the video in the course is talking about Chat GPT. On the watch page, you also have what I call an Easter egg, which is your link to your Chat GPT course. That's what I mean by Easter egg. So every place where you have a subject, you should have an Easter egg where you are basically talking about you're basically giving people the opportunity to buy something of yours. So you're hiding that Easter egg in there for them to buy it. Right. But again, so in terms of these Easter eggs, Ultimate Insiders, this is still not a good deal for you. So if you're an Ultimate Insider, you should not be buying this. You should still use your Ultimate Insider discount. That's still the best deal, right? Even as generous as this is. So Ultimate Insiders, this is not for you. I should have said that. Okay. Any questions? Any other questions? Yeah, and so Santu, no, you do not need to buy a PLR Boss. I'm going to be teaching that over. Okay, I think that's all of the questions. I think that's all of the questions here. And if isn't. Let me see. Okay, the Warrior Plus bundle is basically 3 courses I did about Warrior Plus. Right now, there's an insider code for that. So if you're wanting to learn Warrior Plus, you're an Ultimate Insider, let me know, and then I can find the insider code for that. Well, that I'm happy about that, Gail. That's great. Um, um, I'm really your launch is very impressive. You like got some good JVs on board, so um, we are moving forward. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. When will the replay be up? This evening. So you'll be able to get the replay at the plrshow.com/weekend Q&A. Right. So it's probably going to take a little while for this to finish. Then it will be up at the plrshow.com/weekend Q&A. Right. So that's where it'll be. But it's on YouTube now. I mean, you could probably find, if you went to my YouTube channel, it'll be there now. You could probably watch it now. But I will give you a link for it later. And probably in tomorrow's newsletter, it'll be there. And but if you want to see it beforehand, you can see it at the plrshow.com/weekend Q&A. Oh man, that's great. That's fantastic, Jim. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Right on. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out with me here. I appreciate y'all being here. You could have done anything else on a Saturday night, but you chose to spend it with me, and you chose to spend it talking about internet marketing. I told Laurel she didn't have to hang out with us because I was going to run my mouth. So she's I think she's doing schoolwork tonight. But with that, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.